Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Pyromancer here and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. And although this is not my standard content by any means, today I'm actually going to be reviewing a desk chair, a gaming chair. I have a video from over 7 years ago about whether or not it's a good idea to buy a DxRacer. And now today I've actually been sent a chair by DxRacer, their new Martian Pro, the upgraded version of their newest series, the Martian. And while I am going to be showing you a lot of things that I like about this chair, I also do have some criticism of it. Now, I know that this is not my standard content by any means, but something you might not know about me is I really like tech, I like chairs, I like desks, and I kind of like reviewing these things. So even if they hadn't sent me the chair, I would be happy to talk about things like this anyways. So if you're someone that's kind of wondering, is it worth buying a DxRacer or a gaming chair in general in 2025? This video may help inform that decision. Now, I will, of course, have a link to this down in the description below, both the base version and the pro version, as well as a promo code if you guys are interested in using that. But at the end of the day, I want you to decide whether or not this chair would be a good fit for you or not. Sit back, relax, and let's get into it. The Martian is a marked upgrade from the last chair that I purchased from DxRacer over 7 years ago, with a larger seat, backrest, and several other improvements, albeit for a significant difference in price. DxRacer sent me their Pro version, which includes several additional features that I'll explain here shortly. But I've been using this chair for a bit now and have a lot of feedback to share on it. First of all, this is the XL size for those over 5'11". It has a wide, sturdy base and caster set, which is pretty standard, with adjustable height, tilt, and electric backrest. It's all pretty standard except that the backrest is electric adjustable, so instead of 3 to 5 different steps of reclining, you have 135 degrees to work with. It's a little slow, but when supporting the weight of your body, faster motors likely aren't as viable. It's more about torque. The hardware below is your standard loadout, with a height and tilt lock lever, as well as tension adjustment for the tilt function. The Martian features 4D adjustable armrests, which allow basically any position that you could possibly want. The pads are also magnetic, so they can easily be replaced if needed. One of my complaints about the old Zero series was that the armrest did not go high enough, but this is not an issue with the Martian. Both the Martian and the Pro feature the new 4D electric lumbar support system as well, which I personally find to be a massive upgrade from older models. In the past, DxRacer would provide this little cushion that not only tore easily, but kind of just depressed over time, leaving you with less and less support. That is not the case here. The airbags and the backrest adjust nicely so you can get support exactly where you need it. The Pro version also features a 3-profile massage setting, which you can see here. I personally really enjoy this feature, especially since I sit in my chair for so long at a time. I've never used a gaming chair, or any kind of chair for that matter, that has this feature, so big win in my opinion. The tricks don't stop there though. The Pro version also offers seat ventilation via a cooling fan that actually works pretty well, and a heating function on those cold winter days. I personally never get cold sitting in my chair, so I'm more likely to use the cooling function. It's definitely harder to feel the effects of this when wearing thick clothing though. But I imagine if you're trying to cool off, you probably aren't wearing that sort of thing. Both the Martian and Martian Pro are electric, of course, so obviously it requires power to use these features. DxRacer does provide a cable that you can use to charge your chair, so you don't have to have it plugged in all the time, and it takes about 3.5 hours to finish charging. I've been using my chair for over a week and I haven't had to recharge it yet, so that's been pretty nice. It plugs into a simple port on the back of the chair, but in my opinion, the cable should be about twice as long as it is. However, you can remove the battery and charge it directly if you want to. Another upgrade from their older models is the magnetic headrest. It's nicely cushioned, highly adjustable, and easily removed, allowing you to choose your own comfort. The old design utilized a mediocre cushion that held on via an elastic band, which inevitably stretched and tore. It was one of the reasons why I didn't really recommend the old Zero model. Unboxing here was relatively straightforward, as DxRacer provides you a huge instruction sheet with clear images for assembly. It took me about 35 minutes to assemble, due to the connecting of wires portion. I do have some complaints here. Firstly, the chair is pretty heavy, so if you're a smaller person, you might have a hard time handling some of these components yourself. Secondly, the cables for the electric hookups are not as long as they should be, causing some of the cables to be pretty tight when you connect them. You're supposed to be able to anchor the cables on the undercarriage of the chair to a little grommet that kind of keeps them from moving around, but my cables were so tight they couldn't even reach this. This type of issue could lead to problems in the future, so I would strongly recommend DxRacer addresses this. I also noticed that the pleather shroud on the bottom had inconsistent stitching for the buttons that fasten it in place. One button was stitched about an inch further under the seat than the other, leading to one side being very tight and the other being loose. This normally wouldn't bother me too much, but for a chair of this price, quality control needs to be elite, and here it just wasn't. I've used this chair for 12-hour streams and found myself pretty comfortable, even for extended sitting sessions like this. With the added heat in the room from my PC, features like the seat ventilation go a long way. DxRacer has a great product page and feature overview videos available on their website for those wanting to get a better visual on some of the features I'm describing for you today. Whether you're grinding dungeons in World of Warcraft or taking aim at the baddies in Counter-Strike, this chair may be suitable for all types of gamers, or even those working at home. It has a wider backrest than previous models, helping to alleviate the kind of crammed feeling, which caused me personally to have my shoulders pushed forward, sitting with a poorer posture. I'm glad to see some of my main complaints from the older models have been addressed and in some cases fully remedied with the Martian and Martian Pro. There are a few things I really think need fixed on the newer model as well though. The chair has a slight tilt backwards, which is a problem in all bucket-style seats. This tilt makes it hard for even my feet to touch the floor, and I'm 6'1", even when the chair is set to minimum height. This can also cause poor circulation to your legs and feet, which is the exact opposite of what you'd hope to encounter with a chair you might sit in for hours on end. This alone may cause people to look more towards ergonomic chairs instead, of which there are many great choices. My Martian Pro also appears to have a slight rocking to it, even when the tilt lever is set to keep the chair flat. My last complaint is the armrests. I don't understand why companies, and this is not just DxRacer, seemingly none of them at this point can make comfortable armrests. For me, these are too stiff and not cushioned well enough. Now, since the Martian is so new, there are not currently any available alternatives for the armrests, but since they're interchangeable, DxRacer does plan to add ones that you can switch out for different comfort levels down the line. So, is the Martian Pro worth $899? It's hard to say. I normally use a $1,500 ergonomic chair, which makes me sweat just thinking about it. But even it is lacking features like fully adjustable armrests, believe it or not. Ultimately, I think it comes down to your preference, like with most things like chairs. If you want the premium features like electric adjustments, cooled and heated seating, the massage, and airbag lumbar support, perhaps this chair is a good fit for you. If you're looking for something that doesn't require any charging, or is more tailored toward ergonomics, you might have better luck elsewhere. Either way, I did enjoy using and reviewing this chair, and I hope my video helps inform you on any purchasing decisions that you might make. Of course, a big thanks to DxRacer for sending me the Martian Pro. Like I said, I really enjoy reviewing products like this. And make sure that if you do decide to purchase, that you use my link in the description below and promo code Pyromancer to save some money, and I'll make some money. At any rate, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you very much. Stay awesome, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace!